Don't forget to subscribe to Panda Outdoors. Do it now.
Okay folks, so welcome to another little shared video. I'm going to talk about, as I said, why I'm putting a bug out bag together. This video will be out in the next week or so. But I was looking at like survival, like fishing kits, okay? So I got this one a while ago. It's the BCB one. I think I got this in a mystery box, to be honest. But this is the BCB fishing kit, okay? So what it's got is got line approximately 36 meters with a winder. It's got 2 swivels, hooks, weights, lures, okay, in this little pack. So that's how big the pack is. And as you can see, I'm going to open it up and I'll go through with you now. So you've got a hand line, you've got a couple of little lures, some swivels, weights and hooks, and then you have got a couple of little like ledges, okay? So yeah, not a bad little bit of kit, to be honest, but I don't care what anybody says, it's going to be very, very difficult to catch a fish on this setup. Don't care what anybody tells you. I've seen a lot of videos of people saying, oh, in my bug out bag I can get a stick and put line. It'll be very difficult to do, especially if you want to find something that you want to eat or something like that. You can get compactable fold away lure rods. I'm going lure fishing on the canal this weekend, so there will be a video out on that. But I've never done lure fishing before. It's something I'm getting into. But I have been putting a small compact fishing set to get up to. But for somebody who's never fished before, I'd say that would be very difficult. And I fish from a young age to catch a fish on that setup. So for somebody who's just into the survival and the bug out and the prepping, who's not really fished before, you've pretty much got a slim to nil chance to catch on that sort of setup. That's my personal opinion. You might tell me otherwise, but that's my personal opinion. I wouldn't want to rely on something like that in a SHTF situation if I hadn't practiced with it. But I've put a little kit together myself that was pretty inexpensive, to be honest, and it's quite a substantial kit. I do have to add a couple of little things, which is these 2 little ledges, to be fair. But I have got a big box of ledges that I use, all different sizes, ranging down to small ones, because of carp fishing and feeder fishing and stuff like that, and quiver tipping. So we'll be adding them. But this is the kit I'm going for. So in the survivor kit, you've got this little hand line, okay, which is very flimsy, to be honest. It's quite flimsy. So if you're trying to pull a big fish in, it's going to be a nightmare. I've got this, okay. This was a small fishing rod. I paid £3.50 for the rod off TikTok, off the TikTok shop. But you can get other small rods in the Decathlon, places like that. And it comes, but this was the smallest one I could find. So this is a really small telescopic rod. And you can catch fish with it. If anyone says you can't, please take a look at where we went and fished on the farm lake in Shrewsbury. I caught an 8-pound carp using this rod and reel combination. So you can catch fish on it. I don't care what anybody says. And then you've just got this small reel, okay. I do need to change the line to braid, so I'm going to get braid for this line because it's a little bit more tougher, and I could use it for lure fishing. Probably not the ideal rod for spinning on, but in an emergency situation you got more chance of catching with that than you do with that. I bought the reel with a rod for £1 in the car boot sale. So this rod and reel combination stands me about £4 because I've got the rod in me stores. Okay, so rod and reel, £4, and it packs up to next to nothing. That's what it looks like. Then you slide that off, and that will slide down anywhere in your bag, and just poke that in one of your pouches. And it's all packed up nice and compact. So there is your rod and reel setup. I'd say the amount of room that this kit takes, I'd rather have this in a bug out bag than that one in a bug out bag. And then moving on, we've got just a little admin pouch. Okay, I will add a few more bits into this, but this is just a starter one. So in this pouch, It's got a little small lockable knife. Okay, it comes in handy. And then as we open it up, I have some extra line for putting a trace on. And then I've just got a couple of lures, a couple of jig heads in there, and I've got a spinner in there as well. And then we've just got some traces. We've got some traces, and then we've got some more spare line. That's very, very thin line. Okay, so we've got some thin, very thin line. That's like match fishing line, but it can stay in that kit. It'll come in handy for something. And then in the back, we've just got some floats. Some floats for doing a bit of float fishing. We've got some weights in here. Some more weights. And then I've got a nice pair of scissors. These are really good scissors, actually. You don't need as good as scissors in this. It's just I've got a couple of pairs with going carp fishing. And then I've got some night lights. So these are like your glow sticks that you snap, the big ones, but these are smaller ones and they fit on top of your float. So if you're trying to catch a fish and it's dark, then you've got a better chance of seeing your float go down if you're trying to catch on the float. And then we've just got an assortment of hooks and hooks in there to keep you going. Probably got overkill on the hooks, to be honest. And I have a rig puller. Okay, so this is just to make sure your knots are all nice and tight when you're tying them. So apart from adding the ledges, I've got a nice substantial kit there, and all I've done that kit, and I've also got the scourger. Okay, so this is for getting hooks out of fish's mouths. As well, if you're going spinning or lure fishing, more than likely you will have a multi-tool on you. If you catch a pike or a perch or something like that, you might need a multi-tool just to get in a nice pair of pliers and pull it out. But I've already got that. I'll already have that on me anyway. That lives on me person. So that kit is the kit I've put together for an SHTF fishing kit. Okay, so I've got, I think that whole kit stands me probably less than a tenner. You don't have to put it in a Gucci little pouch like that. You could put it in anything. You could put it in an old lunchbox. You could put it in any old tub you've got, a little miniature toolbox, anything like that. You could even put it in a clear bag like that. Okay, anything you've got, you could put it in. It's just I've got that pouch. That's why I've used it. So there is my SHTF fishing kit. And what I think I'm going to do is, you've already seen me catch a fish on this rod, so I don't really have to go and try and catch a fish on it, to be honest, because you've all seen it can be done on one of my other videos. But what I'm going to try and do is, I'll probably try and catch a fish on that BCB hand fishing setup to see if I can do it, and see how difficult it is. But as I'm saying, I'd rather go with a small fishing rod like this. I will have a look on Amazon or anything like that and leave links for if I can find any like small rod and reel combinations. I do know Decathlon sell them, but I'd rather have that one in my bug out bag. As I say, it takes up hardly any room, and if you look at the pouch, there's not that much difference in the size. Okay, once it's all out, there's not that much difference. And you've got a spare album pouch. You could clip this with molly on the outside of your pack. You could put it clip to your belt and put your belt through it, and have it on your person while you're out doing a bit of fishing, to try and catch some food or whatever. Or even if you just like going camping, that's a nice little pleasure fishing setup. So there's my take, there's my views on a survival fishing kit. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you could take something from it. And if you are interested in getting into fishing, have a look at some of my other videos. But if you want to learn a little bit more about fishing, I suggest you take a look at Fishing Tutorials by Fishing with Carl. Really good, in-depth, and most styles of angling that you can do. Is from carp fishing to lure fishing to float fishing, feeder fishing. He does a little bit of everything. So if that is something you want to look at, I'll leave the link for that and have a little look. And also, I have said it before and I've done a review on it. One of these books will come in really handy as well. A little bit of watercraft. All preppers love books and stuff like that, but I never heard of anybody saying, oh, I've got a book on how to learn how to fishing. This is probably one of the best beginners books to learn how to fish and show you the basics so you can get fish on the bank and feed yourself in an SHTF situation, most probably. So I've been Panda. Thanks for watching. This is just a little video on my bug out bag fishing setup. Take care now, and I'll catch you on the next one.